Hello everyone, it is Aisha aka Lush of Living Lush and welcome to my channel. If you're first time here and you're really enjoying this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay connected with everything that's Living Lush, everything from travel, fashion, beauty, skincare, motherhood, and everything in between. You'll find it right here at Living Lush and I'm so excited to have you here. So it's actually early morning on a Saturday, and I got up really early because I'm trying to make myself tired for the end of the day, because today I'm actually boarding a flight this evening to overnight flight into Europe. So I'll be landing in Rome and I'll be on an international cruise around the Mediterranean for the winter for the next week. So with that, I have to get ready for my flight. I am packing. The chaos in the background is going on. I'm trying to finish that up because I have some things to do today, and then I board the flight to head out. But as I'm preparing, I sat here and thought, let me share what I'm actually packing and how I get ready for international trips, because that's a big question I often get when I travel. What are you bringing? What makes you comfortable? How do you do those long trips? Anything, people usually say over 6 to 8 hours can be considered a long haul trip. It depends on your tolerance. Some people just say as soon as it hits 10, it's long haul. And depending on what you describe as your trip, it's from boarding the flight to then making it off the flight. So it could include, the landing, any layover. So from beginning to end. Fortunately for me, mine's a direct flight, so I don't have any, but it is a little bit over 8 hours. So on this episode, I'm going to be sharing what I'm packing when it comes to my international flight, things I use on the airplane, and things I use when I get there. If you're interested in anything I'm wearing on this upcoming trip around Europe in the Mediterranean area for the winter, make sure to check out another video I'll be posting, or have already posted, depending on when you're watching this, about that. But today is all about what those things that I found essential that I need to bring in order to make my flight comfortable and my trip seamless. As a note, any product that you actually hear me talk about in this video is all linked in the description below. You can click on it and it'll take you directly to purchase it if you're interested in it. Or if you shop or use rewardstyle/LTK and want to go and check out everything on my channel for LTK, there is a QR code right here where I'm listing all of the products there as well. Additionally, if there's anything I list here that's on Amazon, you can shop it on my Amazon storefront, link right below and also in the description, so that you can go shop there. I'm constantly adding new products that I'm getting as I'm collecting anything I'm phasing out, or as I'm going on different vacations, trips, press trips, traveling the world. I'm adding new things that I often find essential. So to start, let's talk about the bag that I bring to travel. So of course, I have a checked bag, a big checked bag that I eventually got. I think we originally got it from Macy's. It was on our wedding registry, and we got like 2 big ones from Macy's that are just kind of, they're there. And then I have my carry-on, which is a base carry-on. You can see the picture here where I have styled it with like a look that I went for, and I'll link that as well. This kind of look with the carry-on. My base carry-on, I love to death. It's a great one. It locks, so if I could check it, it's good. It's very sturdy. It's hard case. But if I don't have a carry-on and I'm just doing, a checked bag, or if I am doing that, whatever, I have my book bag. So I always have a book bag, my personal item. I never make it a purse. It's always a book bag because I have to carry all of my equipment. So this is a Nordis book bag. I actually recently got this, and it comes in different tones. Originally, I was going to get it in the cream tone, but with the amount I travel, with having to slip it underneath seats, brushing up against things, I really didn't want to get too many light things that kind of just could get dirty really easily, and then it would just kind of look a little sloppy. So this color I felt was a fit. It's not like my full aesthetic. It doesn't match seamlessly with all of my luggage, but it's going to stay clean, and that's what I kind of wanted to make, or it's going to look clean even if it's not clean. One thing about this that I was attracted to immediately at first is there are so many convenient pockets on this. There's a side pocket here on the front where you can see my wallet's already in here, and what I actually do is there is a little attachment here. So what I do is I actually clip my wallet, because I'm still packing, to this, and then when I need it, all I have to do is pull my wallet out and then put it back in, and if anyone ever tries to steal from me, it's not going to go very far because it's going to attach. I also put my keys attached to it and anything else that I can zip on, even including my case for my AirPods, because that's in a case that can link. But otherwise, if I wasn't carrying a wallet, within here are actually various pocket holders for any credit cards that I have. I can slip my passport in here, which I'll share with my passport a little bit. I can slip some pens in here. There are pen holders. So there's holders in here everywhere. It's just very convenient. And that's just the one side. So there's a zipper on this side, and then there's a zipper on the other side. On the other side, you can see I'm already slipping some necessary cleaning things in there. There are more pockets. So there's pockets here, but it's a good, convenient bag right from the start, and that's what I started immediately loving about it. And then going further, you can see there's a convenient little zipper right, where'd it go? It's on the other side. Oh, on the back. Right here in the back where you can slip something really easy that you want to keep personal, like personal items. I could put my wallet here, I can put my passport here, anything I really wanted. And of course there is this back slip on the back of the book bag where you can slip it onto your carry-on and roll it. There are also the side holder for your water bottle holder. And then we have the multiple zippers that are up in here. So the first one is the big, large one. So if you have a larger, monitor, you have a larger computer, you can put it in here. It just slips in, it's right in your back. And then of course there's the main compartment, and you can see once I open this, there are quite a few things already in here because again, I am in a midst of packing because I'm getting ready to go. So in here you have the pocket holder that is for the laptop. So I have my laptop in here ready to go. And then if I flip it around, you can see there are multiple other pockets in here. So I have pockets with all my wires. I have 2 pockets here with some of my personal items. And then there are like 2 other pockets in there. There's pockets on pockets on pockets where I'm able to separate everything. So if you're someone like me who just needs to keep your book bag organized for easy access to things, this travel backpack is probably my favorite I've ever had. I have carried backpacks, I have carried big side bags that are kind of like weekender bags. I just shoved everything in there. I've carried camera bags, and not saying those were bad, but this has fit everything plus more. Is super supportive, so I love the straps. They're cushiony, and I'm able to keep everything organized for easy access, so I'm not losing anything, and I feel I'm completely safe. Another little aspect about this that I almost forgot to mention is this book bag actually does come with a USB port for charging. So if you need to charge anything, you could actually attach the USB port and charge it. But of course you have to charge the charger in here in order to access it, or just start plugging things in to get access. So that has a cord in here as well that is worked in. Sometimes I actually just attach some items to it, like my camera. I'll actually just attach my camera to it, or my laptop. So if someone tries to reach in and grab it, just out of safety, it's gonna be harder to pull because it's attached to me and I'll feel the tug. So this book bag has been with me for probably about a few months now, and I have had no complaints. I've been taking it everywhere, and it's a good to go book bag. And I'm actually gonna put it to the side so I can finish packing, but let's get into some more things. So for longer flights, especially like mine, where I'll actually be leaving at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll be landing in Rome at 9 a.m. the next day. So not 9 a.m. Eastern time, it's basically 9 a.m. their time. So it's a little bit over 8-hour flight, but you can see where the time difference comes in. So I'll need to get some sleep. And one thing I always try to do is fight jet lag. So I don't try to get there and then sleep and then catch up, because next thing you know, it's the middle of the day and everything's off. In order to sleep, I want to make sure I'm comfortable. So of course, there's the neck pillows. I'll link some neck pillows below. This one I got from Amazon a while ago. The one thing that is a plus for me is that, like many, it connects at the bottom. So I usually just attach this to the corner of my book bag, attach it on so I don't lose it, and then we're good to go. It's a nice cushiony neck pillow. It has a zipper here so I can take this off if I really needed to. It's not like storage. It's to get to the fluff in case I ever needed to take something out or deal with it. But it's a good little sturdy neck pillow. I can open it back up where it gives me enough cushion to lay and go to sleep and have it that way. But if you have an indoor, like a window seat, and you're someone who doesn't like to lay on neck pillows necessarily, One thing that I also got was this. It's called the Ever Snug pillow, but it's a pillow that also inside has a blanket. So the bad thing about this is if you take the blanket out, the pillow flattens. So you'll either need to not use the blanket or bring an alternative kind of, you know, something to put in there to make it a cushion. So I have often brought other small blankets. I have brought like shirts where I can just tuck those in there and lay on them. And you can just lean this right up against the wall and go to sleep. So this also attaches on for easy carrying on your carry-on. It is comfortable, it's plush. I usually bring it for the blanket aspect. So I have my neck pillow, I put the blanket on, I go to sleep, and just call that a day. So this is from Amazon, I got this. There are some on Amazon that I think are also pillows and blankets that are separate. But most of these, when you find these like this, you'll see that it is plushy. It'll show the pillow and then it'll show a separate picture of the blanket. But when you get it, the blanket's actually inside the pillow and that's what makes it the pillow. So just kind of keep that out if you're ever ordering one. And if you end up ordering this one, this is what it is. You're going to see it fluffy looking, but it is the blanket inside the pillow. Let's get into the electronics that I bring. Some of these aspects are things I bring for the airport as well as traveling, as well as something useful for actually when I land. So if you're traveling internationally, you're obviously bringing your passport. And I've had a variety of different passport holders, but often in cases, there are times where I have heard horror stories about people getting their passport stolen, or they had to take it to a bar to get their ID checked. So they, you know, left it at the bar by accident and just didn't know where they left it, or it dropped somewhere. Horror stories, it's never happened to me, but it only takes once for it to happen and then you're stuck in a country. So I ended up getting this very stylish passport holder that has one aspect that I love. So it's this passport holder, it says passport when you open it. It also works as your wallet, so my passport's in here. I have an emergency card. I can put the cards I need. I can throw in some cash. I can keep everything here looking good, but it has an Apple tag on it. So I have linked this Apple tag to my phone, labeled it as my passport. So anywhere it goes, if I drop it, if I leave it, I know exactly where it is to be able to track it down. I've been the person that has left my ID in the bins going through TSA to the point where I now had to either go back to TSA and ask for it, or have had to get my passport sent to me by my husband while I am somewhere else. Because fortunately, the times this has happened, it's only happened twice. It's been domestic, and he was able to send me my passport overnight so that I had to come back and get a new ID. So now while the ID doesn't work, I mean, I could put my ID in here. Essentially, the passport, if I lost this, it's a lot harder to get home because it's not like I can just send my US ID. So I got this off of Amazon. It was inexpensive. It does not come with the Apple ID, the Apple tag. The Apple tag you have to get separately, but I will go into those, and because I got a 4-pack, and I'll explain to you why. But it's very lightweight. You can take this on and off. Again, it's spacious. It looks very durable. I actually just got this because I saw it as a recommendation from someone else who is worried about it. So this comes in different colors. So if you're someone who's just worried about losing it, forgot where it is, maybe you're changing cities every once in a while, you're changing hotels, you need to know where it is, this is a great way to keep track of things in the case that you accidentally misplace it. So on that same aspect, Apple tags, when they came out, I was a little bit wary about them, like what would I need these for? But as I began kind of doing some more research and seeing how others were using them, I was like, you know what, other than, you know, thinking about putting them in the sole of my son's shoe, in the case that something ever happens, these are also great for traveling. Now you can get these from an Apple store, you can get them from Best Buy, you can get them from Walmart, you can get them from Target, you can get them from Amazon, which is where I got these. They come in singles as well as 4-packs. I ended up getting a 4-pack. I felt like it was more worth it just because as I'm preparing for the new one, and of course they stay for forever until I guess the battery runs out, but I don't know how that works. I'm assuming you can charge it just like you would charge a, I'm new to the Apple tag, as you can see, but from what I was looking, you can charge these, so you won't have to run them out. But 4 packs cost about $80 something. I got this from Amazon. And what I usually do is not only am I putting it in my passport, I put it in my luggage. So anything that I am checking, I also automatically put an Apple tag in there. It gives me some reassurance of where it is, because these Apple tags do so well with the location where it can actually pinpoint exactly where it is. You can track as soon as you get onto the airplane of whether your bags have been loaded. So it gives you a peace of mind. And then of course, when you land, you can automatically track it with the, Find My iPhone aspect, or Find My iPhone. And if it is in the same country as you, then you know your bags have made it. So if you ever have those issues where you have landed somewhere and your bag does not come on the carousel, you could always look at your Find My iPhone and find it. And that has happened to me numerous times where we've got into the location and my bags are just missing. It happened to me recently on a trip to Portugal where we were on our way home, and it was flying from Lisbon to Porto to Lisbon, to then go from Lisbon back home, and on that layover in between, my bags never came on the carousel for me to grab and then go back through the airport to go on the other flight. And unfortunately at that time, I didn't have my Apple tags, so I had to go through the whole process of waiting and going. Fortunately, my bags actually made it. They just didn't know where they were. So because of course they had to track everything down, if I had my Apple tag, I would have gone, I know it's here. It's just somewhere where it's not supposed to be. What they ended up finding out is that it was actually in the back, because they thought it was like a layover situation where it's going to be loaded onto another plane. It wasn't being loaded, so it just got left where it was. We have had instances where we've traveled as a family and it never came on the carousel, and again, we didn't know where it was. Fortunately, all these times it ends up being at the airport we are, it just gets stuck somewhere. Somebody actually had it stuck on the little thing they drive because it was black, they didn't see it in the back. So knowing where my luggage is just makes that process easier, where I can tell people it is here, I just need to know where it is, versus them having to call back the airport, tracking things down, scanning, I know where it is. Again, you can also put these, like if you get a case, you can carry these with you. So like I have these 4, or these 2 left from the 4. If I have this feeling that I'm going to end up having to check my carry-on, I can drop one in my carry-on. I can automatically put one in my carry-on. So these are great for traveling. In the case that you just kind of want to have things, you can even just put one in your purse. So if you feel like someone's going to steal from you, one of those things, if it's always make everything trackable. So it just kind of gives you a peace of mind and lets you keep track of things that might get lost, might get stolen, might just end up somewhere that you don't want them to be. While traveling, I always bring a spare battery. So now on my phone though, you can see I actually have a charging case. This charging case I got from Velvet Caviar. It's a good cute case. It has a little thing that comes with it, and in the back it just push the button and it starts charging. But in the case that, as I'm traveling, I'm taking photos, I'm taking videos, I've used up all the battery just because I've been using everything. I'm checking my phone, I'm posting on social media, I'm taking phone calls, I'm texting. I always still bring a spare battery, just in case. Even more if it's for other people. If I'm traveling with someone and I know I have full juice, but we are for some reason going separate ways, or we know we need to split up for something and their battery's about to die, I can give it to them for that. This is also if I happen to forget to charge my camera and I'm doing vlogging, or I'm out working on a press trip and my camera dies, I can plug this in because it has the USB port, has multiple ports where I can plug anything in and keep things charging. So I make sure to bring this for the airplane as well as for while I'm walking around, just so I can make sure that at all times everything's charged. I got this one from Target. There are plenty of options on Amazon as well as many places, but one thing I always recommend to people is if you don't have a charging case for your phone, and even if you do, if you're carrying around electronics, if you are traveling with other people, I've used this for my son's iPad when we're traveling just to make sure that he's always connected. And yes, you're probably sitting there thinking, well, you're on an airplane, they have the plugs. Yes, they do. And I'll charge this battery with those plugs. And I will charge other things with those plugs. But this happens when you're getting off the flight, or, for some reason it's just not charging, because this charges a lot faster than a lot of the other plugs and ports do. This is just always, again, that peace of mind that you need. Well worth it. Again, I'm linking all of these things below, but it's something I never travel without because it's just helped on every travel instance, including international trips where sometimes the plugs, if I get there, even if I have the plug with me, those ports are always different. So this always allows me to charge wherever I go if something runs out. Speaking of plugs and ports, of course, if you're going internationally, you always need one of these. Even if you're on a cruise like we are, or you're going to a hotel and it says online they do have American US outlets. I think there's the correct terms for all of them. So it's, if they have these outlets, sometimes they'll say, yes, we have these outlets. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you're good to go. I've heard that in many cases. I've got to places where there's literally one of these outlets in the entire hotel room. And so that you're in the bathroom and this kind of plug is in the living room. So you can charge your phone, but you can't go in the bathroom and use your straightener because it's not like they have straighteners there. So I always have one of these, especially for the European, because where usually I'm traveling, that have the ports. This flies out, easy to travel with. And this one I got, again, from Amazon. It gives me not only the 3-prong plug here, but I can plug in multiple things. So if I'm in the bathroom, I need to plug in multiple things, or, you know, I'm sitting out there, I need to plug in my phone, I need to plug in my camera, I need to plug in my laptop, because everything needs to charge. There are multiple types of plugs here. We have USB plugs, a 3-prong, and then there are ports on either side that are not the 3-prong, the 2-prong. So this was a super cheap investment that has taken me a long way. Not only on cruises, some European cruises do only have the European plugs. And when we were in Portugal, I actually didn't bring mine and I was stuck for the most part. Fortunately, my travel companion, she had multiple, so we were able to share, but this saves me so much anxiety, and it's useful. There are some that you can get that actually have the multiple types of port plugs that can kind of just transition, and you actually can take this part off and then switch it out. I didn't end up getting that one just because I felt like this one was the most useful. I've used this the most in many of the countries I've traveled to so far. And if I ever need to get another one, I don't think they're as expensive, but I think that comes up to preference of what you want to do. But this is a huge lifesaver. The last piece of electronic that I always bring is this. It's a charging pad, and it's great for the airplane as well as when you're just out and traveling about. So it is the ability to charge your phone, your watch, which I do have, as well as my AirPods. So I can lay my phone down here flat, wireless charging, lay my AirPod case here, and lay my my watch down. And I can also put it up and kind of link it around. It's up to you how you want to do that. And there is a port right here that plugs in. It does come with all the things that you need in here. I've used this on an airplane where I just need to charge everything, because if I have evening flights, I've been using my phone during the day, I've been using my watch during the day, I've maybe forgot to charge my AirPods, or I was using them throughout the day. So being able to get this, plug it into the port on the airplane, and then be able to charge everything all at once right on my tray is super easy and super convenient. And then when I'm traveling, all I need is that one port to be able to plug this in, and I can charge all of my devices that I need during the day all at once. So though this is not essential for a long haul flight, actually on your flight, I did want to share some of the things I bring for my international trips for packing. So this one carrying case for my makeup is one of my new essentials. It is something that I can put my makeup in and my brushes in without having to bring 2 different bags. So at the bottom it unzips, you put all of your brushes in there. So I put all of my essential brushes I need, such as my foundation brush, my blush brush, my powder brush, my brushes for my eyeshadow. All of those can go in there, and it has this little cover, so it doesn't really transfer a lot of the makeup, especially since you're not usually cleaning your makeup brushes while on the go. So it allows you to keep those safe and keep everything clean on the inside. And then it zips up and it keeps compact, and at the top you unzip it, it enlarges, and then there is a pocket in there, there's a zipper in there, and you can I put all of my makeup in there. and it fits absolutely everything I need. And I love that it's also travel themed. It has this little cute quote on the front. And then once I've packed everything in there, it just collapses down, it zips back up, and it makes it really compact so that when I'm packing for these longer flights, I'm not taking up too much space. And then when it comes to the rest of my beauty essentials, I have this hanging case that I found recently on Amazon, and I absolutely love it. It lets everything be in this bag in a secure spot so it's not moving around. Anything that happens to, burst open during the travel, especially in the larger check bag, is basically not transferring into other spaces because everything is secured in there. Everything is covered, it's zipped up, and I'm able to fit a lot in there. The one downfall about this is if you have anything that's too bulky or large, like I have a makeup remover from Pharmacy that is a bigger, rounder aspect, I can't essentially put in there. But for the most part, everything that is travel size, anything toiletry that I need, all goes in there. And then once I get to where I'm going, I can just hang it up in the bathroom. Then of course, I also need my bags, my packing cubes. I got these from Amazon as well. They don't essentially match anything, but I found these, I thought they were cute, and it fits a whole lot. So I mostly pack everything up and put these in these packing cubes just to make sure everything's organized, and it gives me an easy way to unpack as well as create space in my luggage. One thing I'm always bringing is a portable steamer. I got this Conair one from Target. There's a bunch linked on Amazon, which I've linked below. And then after I've packed everything up, I put it in my check bag, in my carry-on bag with plenty of extra space. Everything was underweight, and I'm ready for my trip. So those are all the big things that I bring along when it comes to international flights. Some things I also travel with are beauty supplies. So I always travel with hand sanitizer. I always travel with hand lotion because my hands get dry. We're also eating, but they usually hand out those cloths. So I just like to keep it there just in case. I also end up traveling with my skincare, especially for overnight flights. So I have linked some of the skincare essentials below on what I bring on long haul overnight flights, as well as things I've already packed up in my bag. It's just way deep in there for me to show you, but I usually bring under eye patches. There is actually one that I can show you real quick. Let's pop in, pop out. So popping back in, there's these Bright Eye under eye vitamin C spot serum. They're basically these masks. So what I usually do is if, say we're landing at 8 o'clock, around the time where they're like, you know what, get ready to start landing. I really just don't care how other people see me. I'll make sure my face is clean. So if I happen to have worn makeup during the day, while I'm in the airport, I do get those makeup removing wipes to get everything off. So I always travel with those. That's another item I do. And then right around we're about to land, I'll take another wipe out. I'll clean my face off as best as I can. And I will put these under eye masks on for at least the time that they say. So on this one, it does not, it says 10 to 20 minutes. So usually when they're telling you to, they're about to land, it's usually about a 45 to 30-minute warning. So we can go put those on 20 minutes. Then right as we're landing, and depending on where I am, it might be a while till I get off, I will take these off, dispose of them, and then I will put in on a moisturizer. The moisturizer that I usually bring that's in like a small container that's small enough to travel with in my carry-on or a bag is the Blisk. It's like a water-based moisturizer. Again, those are all linked below. So I'll put that on, and then I'll do a facial mist. I have a collagen facial mist that I put on. I spray everything, make it look fresh, bright, make my skin look a little bit more awake. And then when I get off the plane, if I'm going somewhere, I need to start doing things immediately. Like in Portugal, we landed, we were hitting the ground running. We had itinerary we had to make. I'll put on some mascara, some light makeup, fill in my brows. I always carry those and keep it going. Fortunately, in this case, I'll just be doing my skincare aspect, spraying, looking fresh and bright, just to kind of get me from the airport to our port, because when we land, in Rome, we'll actually have an hour drive to the port. So I'll get that done. I'll get on the boat, and I'm not hitting the ground running immediately. I'm waiting for my friend who's traveling with me. She lands a couple hours later, and then she has to get to the port as well. So I'll be able to get changed, get freshened up, start there. But at least like being able to do a morning kind of skincare routine, a morning, even though it's not really morning at that point. It is morning, but it's not morning in my mind from the East Coast time that I'll be on. But it allows me to kind of look more awake, fresh. My skin doesn't feel dried out or oily from the flight, because that happens to me. My skin starts feeling really oily. So I do have like a skincare regimen that I do for any international flights. So those are the basics of things I pack for long haul flights and my international flights. It keeps me comfortable, it keeps me prepared, it makes sure I get there, I have everything I need to keep running, keep going, keeps me fresh looking, keeps me comfortable. So those are some of the big essential things that I'm bringing. Of course, I'm always expanding, and things change from trip to trip, and I'm always looking for new great finds on Amazon as well as on Target and Walmart and other places I shop that can help improve my travel experience. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If there's anything I'm ever adding, I will always make sure to add it. And if you have any recommendations for other things that you have on your travels, please leave in the comments below. Or if you have questions, comments below. I'll be happy to answer them and recommend other things, tips, and tricks that you need. As again, I'm going to say this once again in the next 30 seconds. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay connected. I'll be sharing more travel tips. You'll be seeing the vlog on the experience I'm going on and all of that. So I thank you for coming by, and I'll catch you next time.